It's crazy. And it's, I don't, like... Hassan is so anti-American, unsubbing. Yeah, I know. If that's what being an American is, then yeah, I'm fucking anti that for sure. I just don't. I absolutely despise what the Democratic Party is doing, and part of that is because they're letting these fucking dipshits win. Okay. They're trying to win over these dipshits. They're trying to fucking hug and kiss these dipshits. They're trying to be like, well, you know, how many of those fucking dickheads can we bring to our side? Okay? How many of these fucking brain-broken, delusional, monstrous pieces of shit can we actually pick away from the fucking Trump base? Like, dude, they're gone, man. They're gone, okay? Defeat them. Defeat them. Don't be like them. And in that defeat, if you find yourself turning into them, then that is not a victory at all. That is a defeat of a different kind. Okay? A far more damaging defeat, as a matter of fact. I think it was it Kat Kruger on Chapo that said something so brilliant. Like, she said, win or lose, or it might have been Will Menaker, but I think it was her, that she said, win or lose, Trump has won, okay? He has changed, he has rewritten American politics in his vision. We are now living, or it was Chris Wade, okay, I named everyone but the person who said it. Win or lose, post-2016, Donald Trump has rewritten America in his vision. We are now trying to make up our version of Trumpian politics on the Democratic Party side, and the Republicans are just Trumpian because Trump is there. Oh, imagine if someone says what you says about the left. Many far left sound as silly as far right. Great, dude. Tell me what you mean. We found one. We got him. Okay? We got one. I fished, and someone took the fucking bait, and now I'm reeling this motherfucker in. Give me an example, dog. I want you to have health care. I want you to be able to go to fucking college, okay? I don't want you to have medical debt. I want the goddamn fucking potholes to be fixed on the goddamn roads. I want you to have better internet. I want you to have better infrastructure. I want you to be able to go to a fucking meaningful job every goddamn day and know that you can retire at a reasonable age. I want you to be able to own a fucking home. Now tell me, which one of those you hate, okay? Which one of those do you hate, and how can you compare that? E.g., the earth ends in 10 tiers. I'm more legit than you. I'm Dutch. What? Dog. I'm not kidding when I say Dutch engineering is probably going to cause this fucking idiot to survive the climate holocaust, okay? And that fucking sucks. These motherfuckers have already literally built their infrastructure specifically against rising sea levels, and this fucking idiot is benefiting from that while simultaneously being like, climate change, the world's gonna end in 10 years. Oh, sure, that's a crazy statement. First of all, the world is not gonna fucking end in the next 10 years, you absolute donkey, okay? No one is saying that! They're saying anthropogenic, like, you did it. You did the thing. You literally just did the thing. You did the thing that I was talking about. You said the scientific consensus on anthropogenic climate change is actually insane to say. That's crazy. That's a crazy, do you not understand? You're doing the thing. Nah, bro, you paying him. Remember what I said when I began this conversation? I said, so much of the right-wing issues are just they directly stem from a fucking misunderstanding, just a lack of knowledge, basic word comprehension, okay? Some far left say it ends. No, they don't. No, they don't. At most, you heard one fucking exaggeration, and you literally lasered in on it, and then you are still saying, I believe in climate change, but it's not gonna end. That's what I fucking say. So frustrating. It's not even a political position, he's just debating science. Yeah, he's doing the cowardly thing. He's doing the cowardly thing where he's like, I believe in this, but I think you're wrong. Like, I believe in this, but I found like I'm more left than you. I just won't call far-right idiots. Also, you're Dutch, okay? Like, don't try to fucking enter this conversation that I'm having about my fucking goddamn neighbors being brain broken, okay? Imagine being Dutch and being like, well, I'm a Dutch leftist, and your statements about MAGA is actually really fucked up. Remember what I used to tell the European chatters. Remember. European chatters will come in here and be like, oh, you're American, so stupid. What's up with that? And I told them, wait, motherfucker.
Pero ¿dónde viene, man?
You take for granted
el techo, boludo.
Your social safety nets. Just fucking wait till this kind of brain rot comes knocking down your fucking door. And that's exactly what happened in Europe. And it happened already. It happened. It's happening every fucking day. You got Reform in the UK. You got fucking Maloney's dipshits in Italy, even though apparently she's based now in Israel, which is weird, but that's besides the point. You got the nationalists in fucking France. You got the AfD in Germany. You have it in your backyard now. And you got Geert Wilders. He's not half Nazi, he's full Nazi. That's what I'm saying. You're fucked. We haben ein big problem. Sit on the cuck chair and enjoy the fucking show, dumbass. Yeah, I'm fluent in fucking Dutch. Absolute Katastrophe. We have ein grote Problem. We have an serious problem. Hassan, why are you doing this today? No time for coverage, but endless time for this shit? What are you talking about, dude? I'm on my 7th fucking hour of this broadcast. I'm about to end it in a little bit, and I spent the entire fucking day interviewing journalists, and also on top of that, covering Yahya Sinwar. What do you mean? What do you want from me? The fuck do you want from me? 29-month subscriber? What else can I do? What else? We have ein serious problem mit der Politik und wir Kellingen. Anyway. Ay. Hasanabe popping off again. A massive amount of right-wing radicalization that has been occurring, especially in younger male spaces. Wait, did they upload this again? Damn, it's got 83,000 likes. When are you gonna address the things that you said that I imagine? I know, it's half the fucking shit. Vowels are different, but actually pretty good Dutch. Anyway. Oh, address my delusions? We even did that. I addressed the delusions of a chatter. Alright, anyway, I'm gonna end it here, but...
Let's do it, let's push it.
I'm getting in this.
We're going! Oh my... That's another team.
500 deluxe garden gnomes. Sign here, please.
But I only wanted 5. Yeah, there's not enough money in my account. I'm gonna get charged.
You know, your BMO Smart Advantage checking account gives you an extra day to avoid an overdraft fee.
Good to know. So you don't like gnomes, huh?
I mean, this one's okay. I always wanted a sidekick.
Baby, I've been going crazy.
Let's get crazy.
Go mad. Go insane. Never stop screaming.
This is more than a laptop launch. This is a U launch. Your ideas, backed by AI-powered productivity. AI just got personal with the Lenovo AI PC. That's AI-powered creativity in your hands. That's smarter AI for you.
At Oscar Mayer, we smoke our bacon for 12 long hours. Keep it Oscar.
Introducing Glimmy A-Glass for a perfect...
Yep, we're still smoking that bacon.
To everyone who craves a fresh meal, come have a taste of Wisconsin.
America's Dairyland, as in real dairy.
It gives Culver's fresh frozen custard its famous rich and creamy flavor.
Like really rich.
So rich.
Rich and creamy.
And I'll cook to order Butterburgers.
They're topped with, you guessed it, Wisconsin cheese.
But it's the smiles we put on your face.
With every meal made just for you.
That really makes our hearts melt.
From Wisconsin with love. Welcome to Delicious.
It's okay. I got it. Come on. Jasper, come on. I don't want to hang out with you anymore.
God waste the racking pipeline can suck you in alive. JCS, we have no friend is broken heart alone. Full-blown mass pandemic monsters streaming at your home.
Yeah. Oh. Hey, that's going in the rotation. Hey, I messed with that actually. What? Yo, W shirt. What size is it? 4X. Ooh, that's gonna be a little snug. That might be a little snug right there, not gonna lie. Might be, no, I'm kidding, Chad. That's good. That's very oversized. Chat 4X is very, very oversized for me. Yo, W. Katie with the chat my stomach hurt t-shirt. Appreciate you, Katie. That's going in the rotation. Yep. Yep. I don't know what's going on right here. It feels like whatever it is vacuum sealed. I don't know what this is, Chad. I'm kind of scared. Should I be scared? Okay, I'm opening this. Good thing I have a trusty port. Well, I got some skizzers right here. We're good. Okay. What is this shirt gonna say? Yo, Ray with the 10, get the W, Ray with the 10, get the, appreciate you, Ray, W, Ray. Why did you just accidentally pin that, Mom? You tripping right now. World's tallest. Dude, what?
Energía recuperada. Sistemas operativos.
Oh, Katie said, glad you liked it. It only took 6 months. Yeah, we was real backed up on fan mail, not gonna lie. Appreciate you, though. Hey, W viewer for still being in here 6 months later. You know what I mean? And world's tallest leprechaun. At first, I thought it was gonna say like world's tallest man. And I was gonna be like, yeah, that's accurate, but now I'm mad. Wait, what size is it? Just low-key, it's another 4X. Chat has just joined the rotation too, it might. Thanks for the shirt, whoever sent it. There was no note, but I appreciate it. Okay, chat, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got 6 boxes left, this one included. Let's see what we got right. Oh, what is that? No way. It's gonna be another one. Let me read the note off rip. To queso from Luke and River. 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 Can't get it up. Oh, wow. Dear Queso, my girlfriend instantly capped, you ain't got a girlfriend, why you lying in the note? That's a crazy name, but thank you for the 10 gifted, W10 gifted, thank you, I appreciate you, thank you. Dear Queso, my girlfriend and I made you this, so, okay, your girlfriend and you made this, so, is your girlfriend, are you Luke or are you River? I need to know. I need to know, Chad. I really don't know. My girlfriend and I made you this Funko Pop for your 40th birthday. You're both banned from the stream, by the way. Queso stomach folds with the 5 gifted. Thank you. I don't have any of those, though.
miedo de lo que debería haber sido. Creo que conseguiremos poner orden en este caos. Los dulces tan deliciosos deberían ser pecado. Busco un arma digna de un guerrero, pero debo ser realista. Este es el peor momento para que se acabe la munición. Solo a través de la experiencia aprendemos lo que realmente importa. Es la última pieza del rompecabezas. Un rompecabezas que temo que ni siquiera Richtofen sea capaz de entender. Entablo estas paredes con la esperanza de un día no tener que hacerlo. Voy a desangrarte. Elegiste una batalla que no vas a ganar. Ya no volverás a ensuciar mi piel. Tu último estertor es un grito angustiado. Arreglamos lo que está destinado a ser destruido. El ciclo continúa.
¡Hola! No sé de parte de quién está. Pero a no ser que luchen por la gloria de la madre Rusia, les recomendaría encarecidamente que abandonaran mi ciudad.
Las sombras se acercan. Se está alzando una tormenta. Muy pronto sucederán cosas anunciadas hace mucho tiempo. Pero me siento en paz. Como si me hubiese quitado una carga. Encontraré un nuevo camino. Richtofen, a pesar de todos sus pecados, fue él quien me mostró lo ciego que estaba. Y por eso le doy las gracias. Un guerrero sin balas es como un granjero sin campo, sin propósito. Ojalá se les desprenda la carne de los huesos y los huesos se les conviertan en ceniza.
A lo mejor vinieron a ayudarme, amigos. Esto está bien. Durante años solo he tenido un amigo. ¡Saluden al vodka!
Parece que el delirio ha consumido a Nikolai de esta dimensión.
Energía recuperada. Sistemas operativos. ¡Maxis!
Otra voz. Femenina. Tu reacción fue revertida.
Hey, new look unlocked! Dude, it kind of hurts. I'm not gonna lie, it hurts.
Ay, boludo.
Pierce, you wouldn't catch me.
¿Qué estoy haciendo, man?
You would not catch me dead piercing anything, buddy. That hurts. Chad, am I slaying a little bit? Hey, I'm kind of slaying. Dude, it hurts though. Ah! Yo, that was actually hurting, I'm not gonna lie. Cause you gotta like squeeze it, and when you squeeze it, it was like hurting, it was like digging in. Dude, that was hurting. A nose piercing doesn't hurt? Are you kidding me? Are you really about to sit here and tell me that getting a piercing doesn't hurt? It doesn't? Y'all lying. Y'all literally lying. It does. It don't hurt. I got one. That doesn't prove anything, Buster. How could it not hurt? Y'all tripping, Zach. All right, 3 more. What is this, a YouTube play button?
No quedan más. Vaya, eso sí que es mala suerte.
What is this? Okay, this is the first thing I see, and this goes insanely hard. Are you kidding me? What? Bro, there's some artists out there, dude. Bro, that is clean! Why is my hairline so far back, though? That's kind of crazy. What? Yo, this is clean, though. Not gonna lie. W drawing, bro. Hold up. We have a note. Short, simple. Dear Case, thanks for all the amazing content. You're genuinely funny. Keep up the amazing work and don't let all the comments get to you. I hope you have an excellent day/night. My socials, for whatever reason, YouTube Clovey Knockers. What? From Cat. Yo, W Cat. Yo, W Cat. Appreciate you, Cat. Yo, Ricky Bobby with the 5. Get the W, Ricky Bobby. Wait, there's something else in here. Not only is there this in here, look at this, but there's something else in here. It says, another underneath.
No pulse. No pulse. That's where Delta 7 9. Rescue stand by. I don't want you going in. Stand for copy. And Bravo 3. This is going to be the. Yeah, you think that's newer or older? You guys go in the door, right? Go in the door right here. Make it right.
Looks blue, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. Like dark blue.
Bravo 8, updated Bolo for the vehicle. It's going to be a dark blue, looks like a dark blue Dodge newer model SUV from the surveillance.
Dark blue Dodge newer model. Yeah, I'm going to get camera footage.
Is this yours?
Yeah.
Okay.
There'll be better camera footage.
It doesn't look like it.
No, no.
Hey, you want to put the car in park?
Hey, don't molest it. Let's go.
We need to put it in park.
Just got a clip. We can turn this off.
Here, let me come around that way. Just gonna put it in park.
Is it in park?
It is now. It was in drive. Hey, I'm gonna close this. Yeah, they're getting it now. He's 7. He's 7. He's 7. Just be careful. Be careful with the whole scene. Okay. I mean, if you want to check for a pulse, we did, but yeah, we don't need. Can
we just put the light back on him just to confirm him?
No, they don't. Our sergeant said if he's dead, he's to just leave it.
Dice que no duro.
We're just gonna put the light back on him just to confirm.
Okay.
Just put the light back on him. Let's go.
Hey, let me just hold on. Let me just make sure. Bravo 8. I can't get through.
Probably pretty easy rescue. Go check the scene.
Sarge, rescue got something on them, so they're working them now.
Dixie Highway.
We'll go back and I'll ask you questions about it.
What happened to State Rep Mark Catlin? He voted to strip away protections for a woman's right to choose. And he voted
And at the conclusion of this evidence, you'll find that Dietrich Williams, Michael Boatwright, and Trayvon Newsom are guilty of first-degree murder and guilty of armed robbery in this case.
The trial of 3 men for the murder of rapper XXXTentacion is underway. We take a look at the top moments from Dedrick Williams and Michael Boatwright are all on trial for the murder. A 4th man, Robert Allen, pleaded in cash on him as he shopped for motorcycles in South Florida on June 18, 2018. A group of men ran
Hi everyone, Aaron here for Zollotech, and it's been a while since we had a news update, so I thought we'd talk about the latest things from this past week. With the new iPad, there's some things to talk about with the iPhone, Apple releases, and much more. This is your weekly Apple news update for the week of October 13th through the 18th, 2024. Now, Apple announced the new iPad mini that goes on sale next week, and it looks like, according to the latest Geekbench scores that have been found, that it actually ships with iOS 18 and has 8 gigs of RAM for Apple Intelligence. This makes sense, as it does have Apple Intelligence, and you would need that in order to run it. So 8 gigs of RAM, and it is a little bit slower with multi-core, as it has 5 GPU cores. So instead of 6, like the other A18 Pro, or A17 Pro rather, it's actually a little bit slower. But in general, it's pretty fast for an iPad mini, and of course we'll get our hands on one and check it out when it's available next week. Now, many people have said that the iPhone 16 isn't that big of an upgrade, so it probably won't sell well. However, the iPhone 16 sales in China apparently are quite good this year. According to Bloomberg, sales of the iPhone 16 models are up 20% year over year. So that's a pretty good sign that it's doing well, and a new report from Canalys shows that Apple actually had their best third quarter ever. Apple doesn't talk about overall sales, but if it is the best quarter, we'll definitely hear about it in the upcoming quarterly earnings result that they report on the 31st. So that's something that they report every quarter. We can listen in if you want to live, and it takes place at 5 p.m. Eastern Time or 2 p.m. Pacific on October 31st. Now, iPhone 16 is having some issues with battery, it seems. We'll talk about that in the weekend follow-up video since it goes along better with that video. But just be aware that it seems like some people aren't having the best results. So again, we'll talk about that in detail in a day or so. Now, the FTC in the USA actually has a new rule that requires companies to offer subscriptions and easily be able to cancel those subscriptions. This is something many people have wanted for a while. It's incorporated directly into iOS, so if we go into our settings, then we go to our account at the top, we can then go into our subscriptions and easily cancel a subscription if we want. So if I wanted to cancel any of these, Apple One, for example, I could go in just like this and go ahead and cancel all services. It makes it very easy, and this is now going to be a law, it seems. Hopefully it's this simple. We'll have to wait and see, but it needs to be as simple as it is to actually sign up. It should be just as simple to actually cancel if you want to. So hopefully we'll see that implemented very soon. Apple Pay has actually been out for 10 years at this point. Apple celebrated it this year, and you can see it says Apple celebrates 10 years of Apple Pay, and there's a whole news article about it. So you'll see top reasons consumers love Apple Pay, and they just go over different milestones. And with this announcement, Jennifer Bailey, who's in charge of Apple Pay and Apple Wallet, actually sort of leaked that they may be expanding digital car keys to rentals soon. Apple Wallet could be used just to easily go up to a car and unlock it, and this was with an interview with the Points Guy website, so maybe we'll see that implemented very soon. Apple also announced Klarna and PayPal integration this week as well, so now if you want to use Klarna or PayPal, you can use that in Apple Wallet when you're paying for something. And Apple Car Key integration looks like it's coming to Volvo, Polestar, and Audi very soon, according to code found by Mac Rumors. So it looks like they're making some big moves into Apple Wallet. I use it all the time. It's very convenient, and it'd be great to have more just associated with it so you can use your phone. I like to have a secondary key on hand, just like a digital ID versus having a physical driver's license, but either way, it's nice to be able to have it here as well if you just want to be able to use it quickly. Now this week, it looks like Powerbeats Pro have been discontinued for the year. Apple shared that they would be coming out next year with new Powerbeats Pro, and it should include a heart rate monitor. This was actually posted on Twitter by Beats, and you can see it here, so it was just sort of a hint of what's coming next. But if you search for Powerbeats Pro, you'll see Beats Studio Pro and the other things they offer, but you won't find Powerbeats Pro. So it looks like they've discontinued them, and we can get the new ones next year. Apple had a new announcement about the World Series this week, where Apple TV Plus announces new Major League Baseball documentary event offering fans an all-access view on the 2024 World Series. So they had a press release about this, and this should be coming out hopefully very soon, where it's sort of a behind-the-scenes look, and I think a 3-part series, where it should be a nice view overall into the sport. Now, I would love to see something like this on Vision Pro, but it doesn't seem like they're bringing this content there. You'll, of course, be able to watch it there, but not with the 180-degree immersive video. They had a great video recently in a submarine. It felt like you were there. I definitely recommend you watch it. It's called Submerged. If you haven't seen that and you have a Vision Pro, be sure to check that out. Now, there's been a lot of change up at Apple lately. Apple's chief people officer, Carol Surface, is leaving Apple, according to Bloomberg, after only being there since February 2023. The current CFO is moving to a smaller role, and Dan Riccio, who's actually in charge of Vision Pro, is retiring as well. So lots of different changes. There's other changes to go along with that. I think we'll see some big changes over the next few years as Tim Cook prepares to maybe retire as well. So we could see some changes internally at Apple. Hopefully they're making some as well to make things more stable, and we'll talk about that a little bit more in the weekend follow-up. Now, as far as deals this week, well, there's always perpetual deals, it seems, on the AirPods Pro 2. So if you're looking to pick these up, you want great in-ear noise cancellation, these work great. AirPods 4 seem to have a discount as well. Apple Pencil Pro seems to have a discount to about $90 or so. This could vary depending on when you're watching the video. And I would hold off on buying any Macs until at least the end of this month, where we expect announcements for maybe new Macs. This is maybe going to be at an upcoming Apple event. We don't really know, but we're waiting for updated Macs with an M4 MacBook that leaked last week. This was actually from Russia. Apparently multiple people got their hands on them, MacBook Pros, and it looks like the M4 is pretty powerful. So we'll have to wait and see once we get our hands on it, but maybe there'll be a few surprises. We've also got a redesigned Mac Mini coming soon that could look more like the Apple TV, an updated iMac with an M4, and maybe this could all just be announcements like the iPad Mini was, or we could have an event. If they're going to redesign the Mac Mini, I'm surprised we wouldn't have an event, but either way, I would expect those over the next couple of weeks or so. Now with iPhone SE4, the cases for the upcoming phone actually leaked on Twitter this week. We expect it sometime next year, but Sonny Dixon actually posted an image of the cases both on the back and inside of the case. It shows that the iPhone SE4 will probably have one camera and a flash. Unlike what we have with the iPhone 16 and 16 Plus, we have a vertical layout. It's sort of a horizontal cutout, which makes me think we'll have a camera and then a flash. That's typical of the iPhone SE4 or SE. It's expected to look similar to the iPhone 14 as far as the squared-off design, an OLED display, and USB-C as well. So we're expecting a very similar phone, but with Apple Intelligence for a low-end phone. So that's something, again, we'll see probably next year. This upcoming...
When you have MS, like me,
And me,
progress is
reducing relapses and slowing disability progression.
we take Ocrevus, an infusion treatment that's just 2 times a year.
A prescription for adults with relapsing or primary progressive forms of multiple sclerosis. Ocrevus is proven effective in reducing relapses in RMS and slowing disability progression and reducing brain lesions in RMS and PPMS.
Don't take Ocrevus if you have Hep B, and tell your doctor about vaccinations or if you've had colitis or Hep B, as Hep B could come back. A common side effect of Ocrevus is infusion reactions. Some may be serious. An increased risk of colitis and cancer may exist with Ocrevus, and it can increase the risk of infections. PML is rare but may happen with Ocrevus. Infections and PML can be life-threatening and lead to disability or death.
we choose Ocrevus.
Thank you.
That's more progress, less progression.
Ask your doctor about starting with 2 times a year Ocrevus.
Join Google Fi Wireless and get $800 off Pixel 9 Pro with $300 off instantly. Experience Google Pixel 9 Pro, the most powerful Pixel yet. It features Gemini, your built-in AI assistant, which can help you brainstorm what to make for dinner with just a snap of a photo. Plus, add yourself to group photos with AdMe. With an elevated new design, Pixel 9 Pro feels as good as it looks, and it's available in 2 sizes. Order today and get $800 off.
Here we're expecting the iPhone 16 Plus to maybe be replaced with a new special edition iPhone 17 Slim or iPhone Air. According to analyst Jeff Poo in a recent research note from Haitong International, the iPhone 17 Slim or iPhone Air will have a 6.6-inch display, be made of aluminum, not titanium, have the A19 chip, not the Pro chip, 8 gigs of RAM, a new Apple-designed modem, and feature a single 48-megapixel camera. The phone is also said to have a full redesign, so we could see something completely different, again, like we had with the iPhone 10. However, a single camera would be a little surprised about, but maybe it has some additional features. So, of course, we're going to hear more and more about this as Apple starts to finalize the design and begin the manufacturing setup and process. Something I didn't expect to see is iPhone 18 news. Apparently, in a new post from a reliable source on Weibo, Apple's actually working with TSMC, who actually makes their chips for the iPhones and Macs and more. They're coming up with a 2-nanometer chipset along with 12 gigs of RAM for the phone that's a couple years away at this point. So we may get 12 gigs of RAM in the iPhone 17 with the new Slim model we're expecting, but it looks like we'll definitely get it after that with an upgraded chipset that could be even more efficient and more powerful. Apple has been pretty slow to update the HomePod. We had the original HomePod for a while, then we got an updated version and a HomePod Mini. However, they really haven't done a whole lot with it, but it looks like they're making a new smart home integration push with a new Home OS. So in the code of iOS 18, we've seen Home OS, it's been added and removed, and it looks like they're working on something completely different. There's been a few rumors of HomePods with screens that could follow you around as maybe you're on a FaceTime call, similar to what we already have with Center Stage, or we could see additional features or changes. I would love to see some sort of Home OS version that works across the iPad and works better than what we have with the Home app itself. Home is okay, but it's not great, and it seems a little bit messy and not really that easy to use unless you're really familiar with it. I would love to see a redesigned version of this that just manages everything, so maybe we'll see that in the next few months or early next year. Now, we've heard before that Apple's working on a new version of Apple Vision Pro that could be less expensive. Now, the Apple Vision Pro seems to be lacking in content. It's a very nice device, but again, has a lot of content that's not there, maybe things that we haven't seen yet that have been promised, and it's just something that I find that I don't use very often at all. Maybe while taking notes or something like that, or when there's a new immersive video. However, the next version Apple's working on could cost about $2,000 instead of $3,500. I don't know if that's cheap enough to actually justify many people buying it, but it is a nice VR, AR headset, but there's not enough content in my opinion. Apple's apparently going to use less expensive displays, maybe lighter materials, which that's something I would welcome as this is quite heavy, and I can wear this for about a maximum of 2 hours. I do like the device, but I don't find a huge use for it around my house day to day, so I would love to see more content, but at least they're working on it, they're going to try it again, and we could see a new version sometime next year, according to Mark Gurman. Apple's also apparently working on glasses, smart glasses, not like the Vision Pro just yet, as the technology's not just there yet, but with cameras possibly similar to what we have with Meta's Ray-Ban glasses. So those things could be out maybe sometime next year if they're working on something a little simpler, or we may never see them, but it looks like they've at least explored that possibility. Also, Apple is apparently working on AirPods with cameras in them. So this could be to go along with maybe some new monitoring capabilities or recognizing what's in your environment, similar to the glasses. But again, these are all things they're working on. Whether or not they actually release is really hard to say. Now, in just a couple weeks, we'll get the first public release of Apple Intelligence. I've been using it for a while, and the one area I really enjoy it is with notifications. It summarizes everything. It does that very well, and it definitely saves me time having to sort of figure out what different emails or notifications are for. So we'll get the first public version of that, but I'm also looking forward to, hopefully in a couple weeks as well, to that new MacBook probably with MacBook Pro, M4 Max hopefully, and that redesigned Mac Mini. Let me know what you're looking most forward to in the comments below, and of course I'll link this wallpaper in the description like I normally do. If you haven't subscribed already though, please subscribe, and if you enjoyed the video, please give it a like. As always, thanks for watching. This is Aaron. I'll see you next time.
Ahí entiendo.
Most gravestones are a site of solemn remembrance, where mourners bring flowers and share memories. However, there are some people whose graves would be more likely to become public graffiti targets. No one more than Nazi dictator Adolf Hitler. But no one's defacing Hitler's grave, because he doesn't have one. Which raises one big question: what happened to Hitler's body? It was 1945 and the walls were closing in on the Nazi regime. The Soviet Red Army was marching in from the east, having liberated Poland. The attempt by the Nazis to bomb Britain into submission had long since failed, and now the unified forces of Britain, the US, and the rest of their allies were marching on Germany from the west. Hitler was surrounded and increasingly paranoid, and had retreated to his bunker, an air raid shelter in Berlin. As the Soviets approached the city, Hitler discovered that even his own generals were starting to reject his orders. He was determined not to be taken alive. As Hitler planned to end his life rather than be taken alive, multiple Nazi leaders jockeyed for position. Hermann Göring attempted to take control in the aftermath, and was rewarded by being stripped of his offices by Hitler and arrested. As communications around the city were cut off, Hitler heard bits and pieces of news about his top allies surrendering, with Heinrich Himmler even claiming that he had a right to negotiate a surrender of the regime. Hitler Hitler also heard word that his closest ally, Benito Mussolini, had been deposed and killed by Italian rebels. It was time for his last rites. Within his bunker, Hitler and his longtime mistress, Eva Braun, were married. And then Hitler dictated his last will and testament to his secretary. Knowing the end was near, he was determined he wouldn't allow his enemies to get a hold of him and execute him or put him on trial. He'd already obtained capsules of poison from Himmler before Himmler's attempted surrender, but now doubted if they'd be effective or if they were just another betrayal. So he gave them to his beloved dog, Blondie, and the dog died immediately, adding just one final casualty to Hitler's long list of kills. He soon said his goodbyes, retreated to his room with Eva Braun, and prepared for the end. What happened next has been debated for almost 80 years. The leader of the Soviet Union, Joseph Stalin, was a ruthless man, and he wanted his revenge on Hitler for the Nazis' betrayal. He'd offered a medal to the person who found Hitler alive as they surged into Berlin, and Stalin hoped to capture him alive and make an example of him. But it wasn't to be. According to witnesses in the bunker, Hitler's valet entered the chamber and immediately smelled gunpowder and a strange burnt almond smell. Both Hitler and Braun were dead. Braun apparently from poisoning, as she had no visible wounds, while Hitler was bleeding from a fresh wound to his temple and had a gun at his feet. The Nazi leader and his new wife were apparently serious about not being taken alive. And there was a plan as soon as the news broke. The Nazi leaders knew Hitler's body would be of great interest to the Allies, and they didn't want them to get a hold of it. Led by the acting Nazi leader Joseph Goebbels, the Nazis on site rolled the bodies up in a rug, gathered papers covered in petrol, and lit the entire thing on fire. This took place amid heavy Allied shelling in the area, which shows just how loyal Hitler's diehards were. They were willing to carry out these bizarre funeral rites even as their own lives were in danger. While Hitler's body wasn't totally destroyed by the burning, it was now unrecognizable and was buried in a bomb crater along with the rug soaked with his blood. And that was the end of the story. Or at least it should have been. Soon the Soviets took control of Berlin, and news that Hitler was already dead did not make Stalin happy. The word spread of Hitler's death, and millions of German troops left the battlefield to avoid the Soviet forces. It would be several days before the Soviets arrived at the compound, and they dug up what was believed to be Hitler and Braun's dental remains. A cursory analysis identified Hitler's body, which seemed to put things to rest. But Stalin had other ideas. It just seemed too easy, didn't it? Hitler had terrorized the continent and beyond for 12 years, and now he's dead, with no way to hold him accountable for his crimes. That sounded like exactly what he'd want them to think. Many Soviet operations in the area continued to dig up the bodies of the Nazi leadership, but it's not clear if they found any more of Hitler's body beyond what was believed to be his teeth. And without more proof, Stalin refused to believe his nemesis was truly gone. And as Stalin spoke, millions of people listened. And so began the great Hitler conspiracy battle. Early polls showed that over 2/3 of Americans thought Hitler might still be alive in June 1945, but the leadership didn't seem to share those doubts. The same couldn't be said for the Soviet Union, where Joseph Stalin actively spread the conspiracies. In fact, only a month after the discovery of dental remains, Stalin ordered his Field Marshal Georgy Zhukov to present details on how Hitler could have survived. And a month after that, Stalin stated at the Potsdam Conference that Hitler had probably escaped to Spain or Argentina, like so many other Nazi leaders. And this had some unintended consequences. Conspiracy theories don't stay where they're supposed to. Stalin's motivation for insisting Hitler was alive might have been because he wasn't willing to give up on bringing the Nazi leader to justice, but there were also still a lot of loyalists to Hitler. Soon enough, the former Nazi ambassador to Vichy France, Otto Abetz, was claiming that Hitler was still alive, just in hiding. Soon the Allied forces were dealing with a more active Nazi resistance, not willing to give up the war because, after all, if their leader was still alive, then they hadn't actually lost the war. It got intense enough that governments had to get involved. With the Soviets consistently boosting the conspiracy theory that Hitler was alive, the British Counterintelligence Division in Berlin launched an investigation. They found no conclusive evidence that Hitler was still alive, but that didn't stop the conspiracies. The official report stated that the desire to invent legends and fairy tales is greater than the love of the truth, which is probably proven right every time someone watches an infomercial for a miracle product and then picks up the phone immediately. Even after the investigation, almost half of the U.S. population still believed the conspiracy, and it was about to get a major boost. It was only a year after the war when letters started going out around the country from someone calling himself Furrier Number 1. The mysterious madman not only claimed to be Hitler, but insisted he was living in Kentucky under an assumed name with Eva Braun, and had not given up the war effort. The Furrier claimed to be building